discussing about Microsoft Windows Server operating. So happy New Year to everyone once again. Uh, let's start. Let me share my screen. Yes, give me a second. Give me a second. Let me share my screen. Just give me a second. So I hope you can able to see my screen now. So I shared a presentation. So you may be able to see a screen with AZ800 and a certification also, right? Okay, super. Now, so this training program, this training program is on Microsoft Windows Server 2019. We try to include 2022 also here. So this specifically a hybrid training program. So you may be wondering what is a hybrid? Hybrid is generally it's coming like right now all of us are heard about a topic of cloud computing, right? All of us maybe already attended a couple of program, even which we hosted in the past. We had a couple of programs on virtual machines. We had a sessions on AZ900, AZ104, 700, and 500 also. So you may be able to see the cloud is one of the latest technology which currently it's been available in the market and even is started using in your organization also. Now, when it is coming on in a cloud, already you have a legacy model or on-premises model is been available in your organization. Now, in that kind of a scenario, you may be having to interconnect your existing model with the cloud technology. I'm just giving a scenario like you're working for an organization. There you have a Windows Server 2019 or a 2016 or and you got a situation saying that you want to connect to a cloud knowledge. So basically, you need to have a make a complete connectivity between a on-premises to a cloud scenario. That's basically known as a hybrid model. So this training has been more focused on a hybrid model of infrastructure. The moment when you want to integrate or when you want to connect your cloud and a operating system, how Windows Server 2019 or how Windows Server 2022 can be hosted on in a Microsoft cloud. What are the options we have? How to install an operating system on a cloud? In a legacy model, you may be already familiar with on installing using a Windows DVD or a ISO image or remote installation services, etc. Now, when it is coming on in a cloud, how this can be achieved? So that is the overall agenda for this training. So we'll be discussing go through all the services which currently it's been available on Windows Server 2019 and 2022. I hope audio has been clear and no echo, right? So if it is yes, can you just comment it on in a chat? Great. So if you can just comment it on in a chat, yeah, thank you. Now, before moving on into the operating system, this training has been coming in a kind of a hybrid model. Basically, like you want to know how to connect to a cloud infrastructure. You should know how to manage Windows Server operating system also. So will be the first portion of the session. I'll server which you are going to install it here on top of a cloud infrastructure. So in the first portion of the session, I'll go through understand about a bit of cloud fundamentals. What is the cloud fundamentals? Then we'll have a discussion about what are the certification is been available in the market. Where you want to go for AZ800? What is the reason behind that? Then we'll go for installation of Windows Server 2022 and 2019 operating system. Once the installation is over, I'll go through the administration part of Windows Server 2019 and 2022 with of a couple of services like a Active Directory. You maybe heard about a DHCP or a DNS. We'll go for a netting. We'll go for a VPN. We'll be going through all the services which are really needed on in operation side. Now, before moving on into a cloud, let's have a small introduction. Um, about me, my name is Robin. About me, my name is um, yeah, Michael. I just noticed that. Look like there's something's went wrong. Is it better now? Is it audible? Yeah. Okay. Now, about me, my name is Robin. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer, having 16 plus years of experience on Microsoft and cloud technology. I have experience on a multi-cloud. I used to handle Microsoft Azure, um, Google Cloud, and AWS. Now, before moving to the technical part, let's have a small intro from your side. You can post your uh, details on the chat, your experience on in a Microsoft Cloud, what your experience on in your Windows Server 2016 or a 2019. You haven't handled any Active Directory or a DNS. Can you just post it on in a chat? You can post your name and from which country you've been connected and your experience on server administration and um, cloud management. Can you post it on in the chat? Your experience on just a small intro from your side. You have any experience from on in a Microsoft Azure, or do you have any experience on Windows Server 2016 or 2019? Can you just post it on in the chat? So let's make this session has been more interactive. Yeah. So thank you, Mehdi. So you're already working on Windows Server 2016. Cousin is having a diploma on it. Okay. So we have Pradeep from Nepal. Okay. I just want to understand your background. So based on that, I can able to share the experiences or case studies throughout the session. So that the reason I am requesting you to post your experience on Windows servers. Okay. So I'm just noting down all these details. So we have a large audience joined today. So few people already worked on Windows servers. Okay, that's great. Okay, that's great. Few people has been working from a electrical field and few people has been coming from a teaching field. That's been great. Okay, okay, that's great. Okay, so remote desktops we are doing. Okay, great. So thank you team for providing these details. No experience for Azure and AWS directly. Okay, no problem. Okay, great. So thank you team for sharing this a small intro about yourself. Um, we understood this basically mix of batch. A few people already has been working on 2016 and 2019, and few people has been coming as a fresher also. So what's our planning? It's been like we'll be starting from a scratch. We'll go through all the each and every options of Windows Server 2019 and 2016. We'll make sure that your foundation is being strong and able to clear confidently is it 800 exam. That's about the overall intro about this training program. Now, coming on into the facility part. So this session has been a 3 hour session. Suraj has been already gone through the facilities part of this training. There is no free or this is a free training program. You need to pay anything for this training program. So next 5 days, you'll have a 3 hour of a session. We'll be focusing more on uh, Windows Server 2019 and 2022. So there is no payment or there is a fees is been you need to pay from your side. Only thing it's been like you need to ensure that next 5 days, next 4 days, next today's been already joined. So another 4 days you are continuously are attending this training program. So once you completed this one, you will be getting a participant certificate from the our firm, and ensure that only the people who has been completed the 5 days program, only they will be eligible for the certificate. And second thing for this is one event we are organized this week. Similar way, we have a lot of other training events also. It's been hosted by us. So last week we had a sessions on DevOps programs or virtual machines. So there is a Discord link. It's been shared on the chat. Uh, Mr. Alistair is already shared that. You can follow the Discord channel, and if you're interested to join a WhatsApp group, we have already created a WhatsApp group for a emergency communication. In case if you're interested to join the WhatsApp group, you can join that. So that will help you to understand what is the latest program has been coming from us. It's a free event. It's been coming. So based on your time zone or if you're interested, you can able to join that. Now, whatever sessions we are covering today or all the sessions has been hosted by us, it's been completely, it's been recorded, and the recorded link also it's been shared on the Discord one, so on the YouTube also. In case if you want to attend this session in the later point, so you can go and attend the recorded session. And if you have any technical doubt, even after the attend the session, the same WhatsApp group can be used for communicating with us. So we have a team is been available technically, so we'll help you that all the technical queries will be answered over that. So you can join the WhatsApp group. You can able to see on in the chat, Mr. Sudag is already shared the WhatsApp group link, so you can use that. So in case if you want to use that for join the WhatsApp group, that will help you for emergency communication. In case if you want to connect professionally or it's been like any technical question to be answered, you can use that. And attendance has been link is already shared, so ensure that your details with a proper name and email ID has been answered, because we are making it the certificate based on the information or the input you have been provided on the sheet. So in case if your name has been wrong, or it's been like a wrong name has been given, or it's been like if you're given a pseudo name, your certificate will be made in that way. So whatever input you are marking on in attendance, based on that the certificate is being produced. So ensure that you are giving right information, and ensure that cross check your email ID, because whatever certificate we are generating, that will be sent to your email ID. So this is the one action needs to be taken from your side. So that's about the overall facility or the training uh, part. Teams link already you've been received, so the same Teams link you can able to use in the next 4 days. So rest all it's been like we are all professionals, and I don't think so I need to go for discussing each and every point here on internet access or emergency, all these things. We all are professionals here. Now, coming on into the training we offer, We used to have a sessions on all the Microsoft technologies here. So that's been frequently will be hosting a different training program. Now about this course program, um, how we have been structured. So we ensure that this end of this training program, you will be able to write confidently. You will be able to write AZ 900 exam. So this will have a practical sessions. This will have a theory session as well. So whatever topics we are covering, you will have a theory portion and you will have a practical portion also. You will be connecting directly on into the labs. For example, like while doing a sessions, I'll be taking to a portal here. So this portal will help you to understand or able to show you the practical simulation of the module. So I'll be taking directly on into the Microsoft portal. This will I'll be showing each and every module. For example, like I need to configure a DHCP. DHCP will help you to give an IP address. So all this practical lab will be able to show you through the Microsoft portal here. So we'll have a live demo also available, and you'll have a theory portion also. So all the session is been configured or it's been delivering with this kind of a presentation. So this presentation will be shared to you. So in a PDF format, whatever presentations we are covering today, this will be shared to the or to be uploaded on the Discord uh, portal. So this will help you to go through this all the presentations or material, all the other supporting materials also has been hosted on in the Microsoft portal. That's about the training or the facility part. Now, before moving on into the technical part, any questions before starting a session? If you have any general questions, let's have a general question discussion. So then possible like after that, we can focus more on into the uh, we can focus more on into the uh, technical side of this. So if you have any general question about the training or the hosting or a certifications or anything, if you are, let's have a discussion. If you're good, we can able to move that. Attendance already it's been given. So attendance link, if in case if you're not seen, let me repost that. Yeah. Can you send me PDFs of? Yes, definitely we'll be uploading the document in the WhatsApp group as well. So we'll upload it on the Discord and we'll ensure that whatever documents we have, it's be like we'll upload it on the WhatsApp group as well. Yes, we'll be giving a attendance, Louis. So like we'll be giving a certification for that. Now voucher part, Sudhakar will be clarified end of the sessions. Yes, a recorder session will be available. Yes. We'll be providing the slide. Fazil will be providing the slides, presentations for a few handouts and the supported material and the recording as well. So we'll be providing that. We'll try to give you a couple of assignments, Saili, part of the each module. We'll try to give you some case studies on labs also. So I'll be asking you to do a couple of labs, like for example, like there is some case studies I'll be giving. So I'll ask you to complete it after the session. So some practical assignments will be provided to you. The same time, the next webinar also it's been day 3, day 4, day 5 on the same time. If talk about IST time, it's been 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. IST has been told. It's been completely free. You don't need to provide. You need to pay anything for that. Okay, so I think we're good with because general question. I think I need to avoid this general question throughout during the sessions or a module because many times it's like even when we move to the sessions time, all these general question will come pop up on the chat. So I need to avoid that so we can concentrate on the technical aspects of the technical module or services. So I hope all your general question is being uh, cleared. I'll take another 1 minute for that. So in case if you have anything is there, please post it. So I'll try to answer it as much as possible so we can focus more on the services side. Okay, great. Now, great. Now, let me start with a question here. So since it's a hybrid, where should we learn cloud computing? Can you comment it on in the chat? What is the reason like you opted like I want to learn a cloud computing? You have a Linux is available, you have a Solaris is available, you have a lot of other technologies available. What is the reason you decided like I need to learn cloud computing? So can you just post your view on this questions? Okay, so Mark has been posting saying that flexibilities we are getting. Okay, career growth is Pog is saying like it's more individual point of view. It's been a career growth, career development. The future is been a computing. Okay, because everything is internet based. Okay, great. David, thank you. And yeah, serverless is more. Mohammed is saying new technology for a future computing. Great. New technology. Agreed. What will be learned throughout the course, and we can learn in and no sign. It's like it's an ocean sign. 5 days we'll try to cover as much as possible. So cloud is an ocean. So we have an agenda is been for this 5 days. So we'll try to fix it on that, and we'll try to complete that. Pay as you go model. Okay, less infrastructure. Okay, great. And yes. Okay, great. So there are different aspects. It's been so I know this is more into the Windows Server 2022. Since it's in hybrid mode has been coming, I just thought of spending some 30 minutes on the fundamental part because we need to connect to Microsoft Cloud and we need to create a VM, etc. So since it's a mix of batch, so I'll be taking some few kind of cloud fundamental points. Then I'll be moving on into 2022. Otherwise, people will get confused. So that's the reason I thought of giving some certification details and moving on into the 2022. Yes, Eduardo. So like organizations have started evaluating the product nowadays. Like since almost organization Eduardo, so if you're taking, they have been working on a 2016 or a 2019. So all the product managers or a product engineering team has been start validating this 2022 migration to 2022 has been started. So it's already been started, Eduardo. Few organization has been already done. Now, answering to your questions here, why should you learn cloud computing? There are a lot of answers we got on in the chat windows, right? So the chat bottom already we got. So the reason it's been like if you take the India market, all businesses been going to a cloud technology. So as an individual, you can able to see there are a lot of demands has been coming on that. So organizations are decided on many reasons. Already you've been posted on the chat like a cost-effective model or a flexibility or a availability or a DR's perspective and maintenance or like a serverless kind of options are coming. So companies are decided like moving on into a cloud technology on an due to various reasons. So the various regions or various factors we'll have a discussion in a separate session. So I'm not going to discuss what is the reason or what are the factors considering on that. So as an individual, we have getting a lot of job opportunity. Job opportunity means that we are getting a lot of openings or it's been like a job opportunity either internally moving from one account to another account, internally from one team to another team, or externally you have a lot of job opportunities been coming. So as an individual, there is a lot of job opportunities been coming for as well as so for us also. Now if you're taking the market studies, uh, so almost all the leadership has been if you take any organization, almost all leaders are it's been taken a decision of two part here. One it's been like all the CEO or CTOs plan is like cloud is the first strategies been taking. You maybe heard about a two portion. One is been like a cloud first strategy, and second one is you maybe heard about a term called automation. So in your organization, you maybe heard about another terminology also, like your boss or your manager may be discussing about a term called automating automation of resource, right? Your boss may be asking like how to automate this one, how to reduce this human efforts, right? So almost all organizations are started thinking about how to automate infrastructure. Whatever repeated task manually we are doing, how to automate it. For example, like daily you're connecting RDP or daily you're checking the status of a health, how we can able to automate this. So similar way, if you're taking the organization business perspective, organizations are started thinking about moving to a cloud. So that's the first strategy almost all organization have. Now, end of the year, almost they want all the organizations 30 percentage or 50 percentage of organization needs to migrate into a cloud. Now, if you're thinking about a cloud um, organization, how this is been can be achieved. So obviously you need employees, right? So you need to have a employees is been available. So you need to have a employees to be available. So now if you're taking a competency of a resource, almost only the 16% of the resource only it's been trained or got a skill set of cloud computing or Windows Server 2019 or a 2022. So that's the reason as an individual, there is a lot of job opportunities been coming for you. So as an individual, you have a lot of job opportunities being available for you. Now, I'm already shared the screen. I hope you can able to see the screen. I just got a comment on in the chat. Screen is been not see. Can you just comment it on in the chat? Uh, in my secondary screen, I can able to see my monitor. I think it's a problem with Mr. Farooq your side. So if you can reconnect the teams, that will be better. Okay. So I think most of the people is able to see this one. So maybe a individual system technical issue here. Now coming on into a Microsoft side, this is since it's a hybrid model, we have a cloud technology also it's been coming on into the picture, because whatever operating system currently you're going to install it here, so we'll be installing on top of the cloud. Now before moving on into the installation of Windows Server 2022, let's understand about what is a CSP here. Now in your home, you may be able to use you may be using internet service providers, right? Right now you're attending this session using a internet. You may be having a different ISP has been available in your home, right? It's called ISP, stands for Internet Service Provider. So you may be having an internet connection from AT&T or Tata, or you may be having Airtel or Vodafone or different vendors who has been providing internet facility in your home. So right now you've been with the help of the ISP, you are connecting to internet. Now similar way, when it is coming on in a cloud technology also, there are many vendors available in the market who has been providing cloud solution to you. Basically, they are knowing as CSP. You know what is CSP? CSP stands for Cloud Service Provider. So ISP stands for Internet Service Provider. Similar way, the company who has been providing cloud solution to you is called as CSP, Cloud Service Provider. Now, if you uh, look into a market, there are many players or vendors are available who has been capable to provide this cloud solution to you. So you have a Microsoft is one of the leading manufacturer, leading vendor. You have a Google is been available. You have a Amazon is available, and you have a lot of other vendors also it's been available in the market. So Microsoft, Google, Amazon, these are the leading vendors available in the market who has been providing the cloud solution to you. The cloud product available from a Microsoft basically is known as Microsoft Azure. It's called Microsoft Azure. The cloud product available from Amazon Basically, this is known as AWS. So the cloud solution available from Amazon basically is known as AWS. Now, the cloud solution available from Google, basically it's known as GSP. So Microsoft, Google, and Amazon, these are the few leading vendors available in the market who has been capable to provide internet or able to provide the cloud solution to you. Now, it's not that only Microsoft or a Google or Amazon available. No, you can able to see a lot of other vendors also available in the market. For example, like Alibaba, HP, VMware, Salesforce, IBM, Red Hat, Oracle, or Adobe. These are the other leading vendors available in the market who has been capable to provide cloud solution to you. Clear? So these are the vendors who has been providing a cloud solution to you. So with the help of that, you can able to configure the solutions on in a cloud infrastructure. This has been clear. Any questions? If you're clear, can you just put a comment on in the chat? Or if you have any question related to that, let's have a debate or a discussion. There's a few fundamental part. So we are starting from a scratch. So we want all the participants on in the uh, uh, event going together on to the Windows Server 2022. That's the reason I'm just touching some few cloud fundamental parts here. I hope you are able to follow me also, right? I'm very spoon feeding way. I'm just handling this session. So yeah. So thank you. Oh, thank you. Okay, so we are getting some positive comments on the chat. Thank you for that. Okay, now right now we are standing in a place. We understood the cloud service providers in the market here. Now, right now we are focusing on into the Microsoft OS side. So we'll be focusing on Windows Server 2019 and 2022 here. So we'll be discussing today will be the agenda for the session is like how to create a VM, how to install an operating system, how to assign an IP address. So these are the agenda for today's session. So tomorrow we'll be moving on into Active Directory, DNS, and monitoring part. All the OS related service will be start handling from tomorrow onwards. Today we'll be focusing on into the IP address or a VM creation or connectivity part here. Now, I'm focusing on Azure one. Now, before moving on to Azure, there are many certification available in the market here. So you may be already cleared or attended few certification program. You may be already holding few certifications also. Now, let's have some discussion on AZ 800. Why this certification is been mandatory, or is there a mandatory pre-check we have, or what is the how you need to write this certification program. Now, if you take overall Microsoft certification program, Microsoft has been announced all the certification program with the help of the job role. So Microsoft is having based on your job role. So if you take all this batch itself, you may be having a people from Active Directory background. You may be having people from an administrator background. We may be having people from a network background or a development background, right? So Microsoft has been announced a program based on a job role. Rather than going and writing all certification, we can able to write the exams, or you can able to learn the certifications based on the job role. So if you look into Microsoft, you have a program for administrators, you have a program for solution architect, you have a program for developers. Then if you're working on in a 365 products or a development side or a desktop side, you have a specific program for that as well. Now, if you want to get all these details here, you can go to Microsoft certification portal here. So browse certifications. If you can able to type it on internet, so you can able to see. So this is the link. Let me post the link on the chat as well. So I request all of you to bookmark this link, so you can able to see a bookmark. You can able to bookmark this link. Yeah. So this link will help you to understand the certifications program available from Microsoft. So this is the link available. Now, if you go to this Microsoft browser or a certification exam link, uh, left side you may be able to see a couple of filter options. You have advanced, beginner, intermediate. You have MCSA or technology basis. You can able to see here. Now here you can able to select what is the product you want to do a certification. For example, like I need to go for a Windows. So I'm just selecting an option called Windows. So right side, this will give you the complete trainings or a certification program available from Microsoft. For example, like if you're interested in you can click on advanced. So the training program available for it's been like advanced. These are the few certification courses available. Now, if I need to go only for Windows Server alone, so I'm just selecting I need only Windows Server cell alone here. So these are the few program has been available here. Now, so like this way you can able to go and find out based on your job role or based on your technology you're handling. So you can able to go and write the exams here. Now, if it is coming on into Microsoft side, you may be able to remember in a olden days. There are two ways you can able to go for the certifications here. I prefer you to go for a training first, then go for the assessment. Then you can able to write in exams here. So you can able to attend the similar way of instructor-led program. There is a lot of books has been available. You can go and attend the training programs. Once you are done, then you can able to go for taking an assessment. Now, if you go for a Microsoft certifications, certification numbers are mentioned in uh, some codes. If you go to Microsoft site, you may be able to see the Microsoft exams in a numbers. Let me share my screen here. I hope you can able to see my screen here. Just give me a second. I hope you can able to see the whiteboard here. Now, if you go to Microsoft site, Microsoft exam numbers are started with a few letters. You may be able to see AZ. You can able to see what is the difference between exams and certification. So once you cleared, both are same only. You need to write an exam, then you will get a certification. So like a badge only. Now, when you're going for exam, Microsoft exam nowadays it's been started with AZ, or you may be able to see MS. You may be able to see SC series. I'm just taking to few years before when you started your career. You maybe heard about a couple of a training program like MCSA, or you may be cleared like MCSC, or you may be written exam like a MCP kind of exam certification, right? It's a few years before. Now, if you look into the current market or current certification program, the certification program it's been started with the AZ. You have MS programs, you have SC series. These are the program. It's been hosted. So all Microsoft Azure exam, it's been started with AZ. So you may be able to see the exam numbers like AZ 900. You may be able to see AZ 104, AZ 500, AZ 700, AZ 204. Like this way, you can able to see exam numbers are it's been started. So each certification having different technology or a different certification is been covered. Now, when it is coming on a Windows Server 2019 or a 2022, there are two certification is been aligned. One is AZ 800 and AZ 801. So right now the training we are focusing on AZ 800. Now once it is been done, you have to attend one more certification program. It's called AZ 801. So in case if you want to get a certificate for only for a Windows Server 2019, 2022, you have a mandatory rule available. In case if you want to certify or if you want to get a badge or a Windows Server 2020 you need to clear AZ 800 and A01. It is a two certification mandatory. You need to write it. MCSE program is already retired, Mark. MCSA program already it's been retired and there is no validity for that. Yes, I'm coming on into the payment or how to schedule an exam. I'm coming to that point. Right now, end of this session, you need to understand, in case if you're seeing any exam or if you're going for booking an exam or when you start learning on in a Microsoft Azure, if you're seeing AZ, you can able to understand this is a Azure related training program. Clear? Now, if you go to Microsoft portal here, for example, like let me take you to a couple of a certification program here. Now, if you go to Microsoft certification program, now these are the few training program Microsoft has been announced here. You have AZ 900, 104, or 900, SC 100, or 100, or depends upon the area you are focusing. I'm just giving a scenario like uh, wherever you're seeing a 900, you may be able to see you have a 900 is been seeing here, right? So wherever you're seeing a 900, you can able to understand these certifications are fundamentals. Fundamentals means that there is no practical lab for that. This basically talks about the theory part or understanding the technology or a service. So wherever you're seeing a 900, you can understand that is a fundamental course. For example, like I'm just giving a scenario of AZ 900. So AZ 900 already you may be attended a training program. So AZ 900 talks about what is a cloud computing, what are the cloud models you have, what is the difference between a public cloud or a private cloud or a hybrid cloud, and it's covered about a few Azure basic services. What is a storage? What is a database? What is a firewall? This basic concept is being covered on the AZ 900, and there is no lab also for you. Now, advanced version of that particular program was AZ104. So if you're from a Windows background or if you're from a system administrator background, we attended AZ104 program. So this talks more practical oriented way of handling a cloud infrastructure. So during AZ104, we have seen how to create a VM. We have seen how to create a VNet. We have seen how to configure a firewall or a VPN or a NAT route, how to configure log analytics. We have seen how to create a storage account. So all the administration part or management of the cloud, it's been handled on a AZ104 program. And a few months back, we had a architect program has been available on a Microsoft that's called solution architect exam. There's a two exam was there, 303 and 304. Now this has been expired and a new program for this one it's called AZ 305. So basically this was talks about designing aspects, how to design an infrastructure, what are planning or designing or all this part is been covered on into the Microsoft side here. So that designing aspect has been covered on in the AZ305 program. Now, similar way, AZ700 is the one program available here. This Microsoft was focusing for people who's been coming from a network background. Uh, in a legacy model or an on-premises one, you may be completed CCNA or a CCNP, this kind of a network courses. So if you maybe take your existing on-premises or a legacy infrastructure, you may be using a Cisco routers or a X or Y vendor router or a network devices are using. But take a scenario like your organization has been migrated into a cloud. There is no legacy model or a legacy devices are coming to picture because it's been completely, even your network solution also it's been migrated or it's been moved to a cloud. So all the network management also it's been a responsibility of a cloud. So obviously the network team has to move to a cloud side. Now uh, in your existing legacy model you may be using OSPF or a EGP or a BGP or X or Y protocols. You may be mastering that, but that you cannot use it on in a cloud side because even your cloud network has been completely virtualized. So you need to have a learn how to handle cloud network also. So all the network related uh, uh, topics or a service has been covered under a program called AZ 700. So AZ 700 talks about more into cloud network, how to configure network services, how to monitor network services. And there is one more program Microsoft recently is announced. It's called AZ 720 also. This more basically it's been talks about uh, uh, covering about the troubleshooting part. So it's been basically it's been talks about a network troubleshooting part. So if you are an administrator managing a um, um, Azure network side, troubleshooting also it's been a responsibility in a BAU side, right? So as the operation side, you may have to troubleshoot these issues also. So 720 has been talks about the troubleshooting side. So 700 and 720 has been more into the troubleshooting side. It's been coming. Now, wherever you are saying SC series, basically it's been covering about security and compliance. You maybe heard about the compliance, vulnerabilities, and security side. All this program has been covered or it's been started with a number called SC. So you may be able to see SC 900. You can able to see SC 200. There is some couple of programs been available like SC 300 and SC 400 also. So if your job background is been completely from a security or a compliance background, you can go for SC series. Now, if you're from a cloud security side, for example, like your responsibility is coming on in a security background, then you can able to go for AZ 500. AZ 500 is the one certification you can able to do. That basically it's been covering about security side. So AZ 500 and SC series, you can able to go for that. Now, if you're from a Microsoft application side, for example, you're the person you are going for a managing teams or a collaboration tools in your organization, you may be having Exchange, Teams, or Visio, or this kind of Microsoft 365 application tools are available. Then you have MS Series product also available. You can able to see all Microsoft application exams are started with MS Series. You may be having MS 900, MS 500. This kind of a program is available. So you can able to go for MS series. Now, if you're coming from a development background, you have a 204 kind of exams are available. Now, I can able to see in the chat, few people has been asked like, what are the certification as a fresher I can able to go. So as a fresher, I recommend you to go for AZ 900 first, then go for 104, then whatever training program currently we are discussing. So the program right now we have it's been on AZ 800 and 801. So in this case, we are focusing more on into the operating system side. So last couple of years, Microsoft is not announced any program on OS side. There was no OS certification was available since 2012 onwards. So right now, Microsoft is being released a certification program AZ800 and A01. So this talks more about the operating system management, how to manage the OS installation services or understand the services running on Windows Server 2019 or a 2022, and how this can be integrated with a cloud also. Because right now, if you take any organization, right now we've been focusing for a more cloud kind of infrastructure here. So it talks about how to integrate your existing infrastructure or how to integrate your Windows Server with a cloud infrastructure here. Now, there's one point you need to remember. If someone has been planning to write an exam, ensure that you are writing AZ 800 and 801. So only for this certification, it's mandatory that you need to write these two certification. Then only you will be getting your badge. Now, if you want to get the complete handout or complete syllabus for this, you can just go to Microsoft portal here. Let me share the screen. So if you can just go to AZ800. Now, if you type AZ800 in Google, so you can able to see this will be taking to AZ800 module here. So I'm just pasting this link on the chat. So you can able to go through this link here. So this is the complete detail is being given here. Now, this has been beautifully explained. What are the content it's been available here, how this has been configured, or what are the points this certification program has been covered here. You can able to see this more. It's been focusing on into the cloud infrastructure side. Try to understand the operating system. Try to understand about uh, installation or management of a hybrid mode. You can able to see all that introduction here. Now, this right now there is a some changes has been coming on into this AZ800. There is some version changes or expiry date has been Microsoft has been announced last week. There are two versions has been going to expire on in the Feb 28 on 2020. The English version has been available. Only the Arabic and Indonesian version has been, there is some changes has been coming. Now, if you um, come down, you can able to see there is an option called study guide. If you're clicking here, you may be able to see there is a PDF document you may be able to download it from here. So if you click here, you may be able to see all the complete agenda or the course material or a module wise information you will be able to download it from here. So what are the topic it's been currently it's been covered here. You can able to see if you come down, you may be able to see there is a seven areas, six areas we are going to discuss here. One is about Active Directory area. You have a workload area. You have a mission, virtual missions area we are discussing. So we'll be starting with the virtual mission first. That's be easy topic. Then we'll go to the Active Directory and we'll be discussing about hybrid model, and we'll be moving on into the file and storage one and the monitoring side of this. Now, you don't need to purchase for any um, backup side, or you don't need to go for a uh, you don't need to go for any handout purchase for AZ800 or any of the cloud certifications. By default, all the handout is been available in the portal itself. Now, if you select this options here, for example, like I'm selecting a one content here, you can able to see all this has been divided as different modules here. You can able to see the different module you can able to see here. Now, if you select it here, each one is been divided as a chapters also. So for example, like if I need to go for a DHCP here, now I can just select it here. This is beautifully, it's been explained. What are the course it's been covered. Scenario based introduction is being given here, and it's been beautifully explained benefits, how DHCP has been works, and you can able to see all the materials been available in the readily available in the portal itself. You don't need to go for any separate handout for any of the Microsoft courses here. By default, it's been available in the Microsoft portal itself. Now, if you're first time or a fresher here, AZ800 also you can start directly. Now, if you want to understand some basic knowledge of Windows, then you can able to go for AZ900 exams here. Now, all the material you can able to get it from the Microsoft portal itself. That's about the AZ800 here. Now, coming on into the exam part. In case if you want to write an exam, it's not a free exam. So based on the location you are being connecting, or based on the region you are writing, you need to select the country here. Now, few organization, for example, like if you're working for some organization, you may be getting an exam free vouchers also. Even if you're getting free vouchers also, you need to go to this particular portal. For example, like let me select it's in Nepal. For example, like if I'm collecting from Nepal, I need to go to this portal here. So I need to select countries in Nepal, and you can able to see $80 is the charge from or a Philippines or a Bangladesh or a India or a Sri Lanka. Uh, Select the specific region, and you may be able to see the amount. In case if you already got a voucher from your organization, in the next screen you may be able to read. You will be able to redeem that. For example, like I'm just planning to schedule this exam. So this will take you into a portal. There are two ways you can able to write the exam. One, it's be like you can schedule the exam and you can able to go to the nearest prometric center. Physically, you can able to go to that place and you can able to write it. Or second one, it's been like you can write it from your home itself. Here, I need to just give my personal detail. Let me enter the details here. Give me a second. Let me enter the code here. Give me a second. Okay. Give me a second. It's been asking some code. Is your OTP code? Let me write it here. Now, this all let's be details here. Just continue. Um, free exam is, can we take a free voucher part, will let you know. Now this is the place you can able to get for your discount code. For example, like right now all the organization, they are able, few organizations are giving exam vouchers, right? So in case if you already got some vouchers from your organization, or if already have some exam voucher has been available with you can able to enter that promo code here. So in case if you're working for some IT firms, that email ID you can able to type it here, and you can click on the check availability here. So for example, right now you have seen like you have a $80 is been is the charge for this exam, so that amount will be reduced from that. So you can try with your email ID, the official email ID. So most of the organization nowadays having a partnership with the Microsoft, and we may be having getting a free vouchers from the organization also. So in case if you have a free voucher is available, give the email ID and promo code here, and you may be able to write it exam here. Now next one is been like schedule an exam. uh, the moment when you go for a schedule an exam, this has been getting a taking a portal called Prometric site here. You can able to see PSN view. So here you have a two options been available. One is been like physically you can able to go to the nearest center and you can able to write the exam. So there's one option. So at the test center, so you can able to locate the next center has been available in your organization or in your home in your office. You can write it. Second one, it's been like you can able to write it from your home itself. You can able to go to the home and you can able to write the exam here. So here you can able to write the exam. So here you can able to select the language you want and you can able to write it here. Now you can able to write the exams here. So now you need to read all the agreements here. Now you can able to select it. Now all this agreement you need to say yes. And if you get have time, you can go through all this license agreement and policies. Now generally I used to go just next. You can able to see this. This is the place where you need to select English, because having it when you write it from a home. In the opposite side, you have a proctor or a executive from a PSN view has been available here. So they will be continuously monitoring you. So ensure that what is the language you want to use it for connecting with them. So basically, depends upon the region you are selecting. So you have only two options been available: English or Japanese. I selected English. So select the language here. Now select the time zone. No, that's right. I'm just selecting. Now, this is the place you can able to select the exams rate. For example, like I'm planning to write it tomorrow here. Now, ensure that your time zone it's been uh, properly it's been selected. So AM and PM, because last time I made a mistake. I made it in night 2 a.m. So instead of a 2 p.m. So ensure that you've been writing a proper timing here. From here, if you select it here, you have a time slot is been available, so which time you want to attend. So basically you need to have a 180 minutes to be blocked in your calendar. So generally 120 minutes is the exam, and 30 minutes 35 minutes you need to log in prior, so for all completing all the checking and uploading your photos or taking your photos. So this some couple of pre-check activity you need to complete. No, it's a 3 hour exam. So 120 minutes is a normally. So better Mufti they can able to log in 30 minutes in prior also. So it's a 120 minutes. So generally you will be getting almost 40 to 60 questions this way. So 40 to 16 questions with a case studies and lab you will get it. Uh, can we postpone when already set the time? The 48 hours, I think, facility. So, however, there are some policies PSN you have. I remember like 48 hours. I think it's before that. If you are rescheduling, you can able to do. Otherwise, you will be losing the amount. So there is some exam policy PSN you have. You need to look into that. Type of the question generally, Numan, you will be getting objective type, and the case studies also is available. There are some situations you may get some remote connect questions also, lab also. Most probably you will have a case study with the scenario you will have. So it's been available. Yes, they'll be completely monitoring for us. It's been in case if you're trying to connect to Google or Google, or it's any other proxy tools if you are using, they will be able to identify this one. So I mean that's what I'm said. So we need to just go through the policy. I remember this of 40 to 24 hours. That was the some conditions they were saying. So better go through the exam policy, the latest one. So 24 hours is the Damien is saying. So that may be the latest one. So you can just check the exam policies. Once you book, you'll be getting exam policy details. That the policy, it's been like it's completely coming from the Pearson view. So we need to go through that. So that's about the exam um, writing. So ensure that the laptop which you are going to use it for writing an exam needs to have a webcam also to be available. So it's most it's been video based exam. Okay, so in case if you're writing from a home, make sure that the laptop which you're going to have, it's having high internet connectivity and webcam also it's been available with you. So that's about the certification part and AZ 800 intro. Now, after a break, we'll go for the installation of a VM. We'll try to understand how what are the different versions of operating system is been available, how to install an operating system on a cloud. Then we'll be moving around different management tool also. We'll try to install a DHCP service today. Now, before going on break, any questions on so far whatever topic we have covered? If you're good, put a single comment on in the chat. So the first portion we tried to definitely yes. So the general question like a recording, slide, presentation, material, everything will be shared with you guys. So it's nothing to worry about that. So we'll be sharing you that. And I request you to follow the Discord link. And if you're okay, then you can able to go join the WhatsApp group also. So that may be having all direct connection with our technical team. So we'll be available to help you at around the clock. So request you to join the WhatsApp group as well. So even I am also present there. So in case if you have any technical doubt or anything, we'll help you that. Yes, Julius, it's having 120 minutes is the time limit you have. There is a time limit you have. So the moment when you started the exam, you may be able to get to get. So that is a very that's been hot debate topic, Mofid. Linux versus a Windows. It's been always. So yeah, we are planning an SC series exam also. So we are planning a couple of SC series exam is coming. I remember February month we have a SC 300 program is been scheduled. So we'll keep you posted on that. So Active Directory specific training we are planning on in the Feb month. So specific on a cloud Active Directory management, identity management, we have a session is been coming. So if anyone is been interested on understanding cloud Active Directory and on-premises Active Directory, you can join that also. So many has been already shared the link. So copy paste this link on in the WhatsApp group and you can able to join. So let's do one thing, almost an hour now. Let's take a 10 minutes break and come back. And then we'll start a session on the Windows Server. So let's take a 10 minutes break. Now, I hope all the questions been so far it's been discussed. It's been uh, clear. So let's break now and come back. Yes, it's been completely free, Nilendra. You don't need to pay anything. We are just trying to help the people to understand Microsoft technology, and there is no charge for this. It's been completely free. You don't need to pay anything for this. It's a completely free training event from us. So it's been completely a free training program. Yes, we'll be giving a attendance and participation certifications. So end of this program, you'll have a um, certificate will be provided. So that's the reason we've been asked you to fill your details on the form, the attendance form. So it will take another 9 minutes paying. So I just posted one uh, clock also. It'll take you 9 minutes break. So we'll come back. Thank you. I hope you're back. I hope you're back. So I hope you can able to see. Requesting to confirm through the chat option. Okay. Okay. So let's start with an installations here. Now, before moving on into the cloud side. Okay. I hope you can able to see a whiteboard here. Now, in the last couple of sessions, we have learned how cloud is been working, right? So we had a discussion during AZ900 and 104 program, how cloud is been hosted on in a Microsoft side. So right now we learned CSP is the terminology we are using. It's been like called whoever has been providing a cloud solution. Basically, they are knowing as a cloud service provider. So we have many vendors is available in the market who is been capable to provide a cloud solution to you. Now, if you take your infrastructure, if you go back to your office, you may be able to see there are three mode of infrastructure in your organization. One is been like you already have a on-prem solution is been available. You have second one is been currently it's been available. It's called cloud infrastructure also. So you have a cloud infrastructure is available, and you have something called collocation also. So these are the three mode currently you are able to see in your organization here. What is our on-prem solution? Can you comment it on in a chat? If you're hearing a term called on-prem solution, so what your understanding about on-premises solution? So what's your understanding about on-prem solution? Can you just comment it on in a chat? It's a local hosting, okay? Data has been on premises, okay? We are getting few um, uh, actions answers here. So we are getting a few answers on the chat window. Physically, it's been maintaining, or it's been physically, it's been hosted here. Okay. Now, simple term, on-premises means that, so we got a few answers on the chat. The physical infrastructure. If you're taking a data center, you may be able to see there are many devices or network components or assets are involved. It's part of a data center, which includes Windows Server 2019 or a 2016, or you may be having a physical machines or a rack servers, or you have a blade servers, or you have a network devices like a router or a switch or a firewall, or you may be having electricity, or you may be having a system administrator. There are many resources in part of or it's been participating in a solution. Now, if you take a on-premises solution, now I'm just making a comparison of on-premises here, and I'm trying to understand about a cloud also. So I'm just trying to give you a debate topic on front of you. So we can able to have installation of 2019 or a 2022 on both the sides. Now, on-premises means that we already understood if you are taking a data center, you may be having a n number of assets been participated for providing a solution. This includes servers. It can physical devices like a rack or a blade or network components. It can be OS licensing, even a system administrator salary. So many components has been involved and it's been participating this one. So same thing, it's been available in the cloud as well. Okay. So in the cloud also, all these solutions or assets or devices or infrastructure has been available. Now the problem here, it's been like, uh, in case of an on-premises one, who is been owning this one? Who is the owner for this? So there is a two terminology you may be heard. One is called a capex cost, and second one is called a opex cost also. You may be heard about a two terminology here. One is called a capex cost, and second one is called a opex cost. Have you heard about a capex and opex? Have you read or have you gone through this capex and opex? Capex stands for capital expenditure. Capital expenditure means that the moment when you start an organization, you may be spending some X or Y amount for purchasing the devices, right? For example, like you are starting a business, or for example, like you want to start a business. So obviously you will be purchasing some assets, right? For example, like if you're starting a data center, you have to purchase a server or a rack or network devices or blade, even your network cable. So the organization or the business or the particular company spending some additional capital investment for purchasing that infrastructure. So they're basically known as capex cost. Now, in an on-premises solution, who is owning this is being owned by the organization. Whoever is need that solution, they are owner for that capex cost. For example, like in my office, if I'm starting a data center or a data room, uh, responsibility of a capex is being coming under my scope of work. Now, when it is coming on in a cloud during AZ 900 or AZ 104 exam, you already understood that initial investment for the capex part is been done by the CSP. So the capital expenditure, you don't need to worry about the infra or the device or the infrastructure cost which you are putting on in the cloud side. This has been completely uh, hosted or it's been handled by the CSP itself. So CSP is responsible for cloud service provider here. So CSP is responsible for the cloud solutions here. So CSP is responsible for that. So CSP is responsible for purchasing a server. They'll be responsible for your power, cooling, and all this initial investment. OPEX cost means that a licensing part. Licensing part means that when you use a Windows Server 2019 or a 2016 or MS Office, you may be having a different licensing is coming, right? You may be already in your laptop, in your office laptop or in your personal laptop, end of Windows 10 or a Windows 7. You may be updating or activating a license, right? You may be the general practice we used to do that. Now, similar way when it is coming on in a cloud also, uh, it's something like it's a renting a model. Now, if you're taking on-premises one, the entire solution you are purchasing, and on top of that you are installing an operating system, or on top of that device you're configuring here. But when it is coming on in a cloud, based on the consumption, you are paying the amount. So this is something like a pay as you go model. So it's like a pay as you go model. Pay as you go model means that if I use the VM for 10 minutes or 20 minutes, I need to pay only that 20 minutes charge. I don't need to worry about the rest of things. So if I'm used a server only for a 20 minutes or 30 minutes, I need to pay only the charge for 20 minutes to the cloud service provider. But when it is coming on premises one, this has been completely managed, or it's been like there is no OPEX cost is coming. OPEX cost is coming only for the license part or the salary of that system administrator. But when it is coming on in a cloud side, based on the consumption, you are paying the amount to cloud service provider. So that is the difference here. Now, so what is the advantage here? There is an advantage available here. Like I'm just giving a scenario. Now, Franklin has been working for an organization. Franklin wanted 10 servers is been for his project. So this project need only 3 months. Now, in an on-premises scenario, Franklin, how will you deploy this? You wanted 3 Windows Server 2019 or a 2022 for your development side. In a normal scenario, how will you configure this? Can you comment it on in the chat? Or Damien, if you're in this position, how will you implement this? Now the customer is been need a 10 servers because New Year season has been coming, so we need to host on website. So we needed 10 servers. Damien, if you are hearing me, so if you can just comment it on the chat. Or anyone else? Can you just post it on in the chat? Yes. So we can use a VMware product. Okay, agree with the uh, Andivayo. So he's been already posted one comment. Okay. So in a normal scenario, um, multiple option we can able to use it, right? We can able to go for a VM product on top of a vSphere. You can install here 10 servers, or you can order 10 physical servers here, and you on top of that, you can able to install Windows Server 2019 or a 2022. But the question here is been coming after 3 months. Now Franklin is saying like, I don't need this server. What will happen to this asset? You purchase a 10 asset. Can you comment it on any chat? After 10, after 10 server configuration, 3 months, customer is saying like, I don't need that. So this is going to be a dead asset for me, right? Because after 3 months, there is no use for that. Even though I have been invested the capital cost, this is going to be ideal, or this will be non-productive, or technically speaking, it's been wasting my uh, hosting space in my organization. So basically, it is coming on in a cloud side. Uh, Based on the consumption, I can able to use, or I can able to provision the servers. So if Franklin is saying like I need a 10 servers for a 3 months, I can able to pay, or I can able to create VM for 3 months. After 3 months, it's been easy for me to decommission also. I can able to decommission also, because in the previous situation, that servers was a dead asset or a dead stock for me. But when it is coming on in a cloud, after 3 months, the Franklin is saying like, I don't need this server. I just need to go to the properties, the VM properties or the server properties. I have an option for deleting, or right term we are using on in a cloud, that's called decommissioning. So I have an option for decommissioning here. So I can able to go and decommission that. So I don't know how, I don't have any dead asset. It's been available in my organization. I need to pay only for a 3 months consumption charge. Now, I just got a question on the chat. I didn't understand OpEx model in the cloud. Um, Uzain, it's been like, I'm just giving a scenario here. Now, so Uzain, I'm just giving a scenario. You may be using a Uber service or a Ola service in your country, right? Can you just comment what is the use of this? Can you just compare your Uber and normal taxi service in your country? Can you just comment it on in a chat, Uber or Ola? Uh, if that was in, so Uber in Bangladesh. Okay, I'm not sure. So what is the taxi service available in each country? So Uber is a taxi driver. It's been coming. Okay, so I'm just giving a simple scenario here. So if you're taking Uber in your country, you may be using an application, right? In your mobile, you will take, or in a lab, you will take an uh, Uber application, and you will select your source, or that means your from where you're starting your journey, and you will give X place I need to travel. Now, end of the travel, what we are doing, we are just giving end the ride. Now you will get a message saying that, hey Robin, this is many kilometer you've been traveling, and you paid X dollar or Y dollar here. It's a mobile app, yes, we see. Now, when it is coming on in a Uber kind of a scenario, uh, I'm just comparing here with a normal taxi. If I'm driving and going to my destination, um, I may have to worry about driving, parking. I need to worry about this all this circus on the road, right? So when you're using a Uber, I need to just simply, I need to sit and relax on the Uber. And once I reach, I need to pay based on the consumption. All are agreeing with this point? Any different opinion? You don't need to worry about insurance. You don't need to worry about driving. You don't need to worry about tax you being paid for this car. You don't need to worry about the fuel cost. You need to worry about the maintenance of the car also, right? You have an option, different option you are getting. If you want a sedan, you can select a sedan, or you need a premium, a different option you can able to select. Or if you want a carpooling, you have option is been available. So based on that, the consumption you are paying the amount to that particular vendor here. Agreed, right? Now you are not worried about the any infrastructure cost here. Now, second example, right now you're sitting on front of a laptop, in front of your system. You may be having switches also available, right? If your switch, your fan may be working, AC may be working. We are not worried about how this electricity is being made, right? This may be made with the help of a coal or a diesel or a petrol or X or Y reason. End of the month, we are getting uh, a bill, or it's been like a notification from the vendor. It can be a private or a government, and we are paying based on the how many units electricity you have been used, right? Now, similar way, the organization has been started implementing this kind of a model in the infrastructure also. Now, in the previous scenario, we got a requirement of a 10 server only for 3 months. Now, organizations have started thinking, where do I need to purchase this 3 month server? Why can't we use a cloud? So this CSP or a cloud service provider, which we have been learned in the morning, there are different vendors available, right? They will be giving you servers based on your configuration with the help of a cloud management tools. For example, like Franklin one day 10 servers, you will be talking to cloud service provider using a management tool, and you will get a based on your account, based on your subscription. There is an option called subscription. I'll be discussing that point in the later point. So you will get a flexibility to create a service. So you'll be able to connect to management portal, and where you can able to configure a server. Now, once the configuration has been done, for example, like right now you can able to see a portal here. For example, like I need a one server on a Microsoft portal here. So don't worry about this management part here. So it's saying that there is a verification code sent to my ID. Let me go and check it that. What is the verification ID? Let me type it. 9301. Let me enter the ID here. Let me type the personal email ID here. Give me a second. Give me a second. Just connecting to Microsoft portal. It's asking some ID and password. Give me a second. Yes. So you can able to see ID. Yes. So you may be able to see a management portal. This is called Azure portal. Now, using this window, you may be able to select, or you will be able to create a VMs here. For example, like I'm just giving a scenario here. Look like mic has been went in a mute mode. Now you can able to see. I'm just giving a scenario here. Movement has been asked for a OPEX example. I'm just giving a scenario of virtual machine. I'm just giving a scenario here. Don't worry about these options. Okay, I'll take you to all this one. So I'm just giving a scenario of creating a VM here. There are two ways you can able to create. We got a question here. Were we able to have the portal also? Yes, you need to create an account. I'll show you that. Okay. So right now you can just I'm just taking about a scenario of what is OPEX model here. So right now you can able to see here. So we are creating a simple virtual machine. Don't worry about this options here. Let's wait. Right now just VM creation is in progress here. Um, VMware, it's been like, Mufti, I'll come to that point. Okay, just hold that question here. So I will be able to help you that way. VMware is not coming here. I'll come to that point here. I'll come to that point here. Okay, just hold that question here. Let me clarify the first question here. How the OPEX has been coming here. Right now, if you can able to see, I am in a customer place or customer has been looking for a VM here. uh, OS operating system can be anything. Okay, it can be Windows Server or it can be Windows 10 or it can be Unix or Linux. So there's another point you need to remember. Even your Microsoft portal has been supporting non-operating system as well here. Okay, it's not Microsoft operating system also here. It's not that only Microsoft OS been supported. No, you can have non-Microsoft operating system also. It's been available here. Right now you can able to see it's been hardly taking 1 or 2 minutes for creating a VM here. In a normally in a legacy model, we used to have a minimum 1 week time for installation, right? Right now you can able to see here. I've just created a VM. Hardly it's taking 1 to 2 minutes for creating that. You can able to see the status on the portal, like a deployment is in a progress and all this information here. So let's wait for that. There are two questions we got on the chat. One has been like account part and the VMware also. I'll come to that point here. Right now you can able to see here. I'm just taking a scenario. Mr. Mohammed has been asked a few minutes before, like what is an OPEX model? Right now you can able to see. I have a couple of servers has been available on the portal here. Now I have created all these servers. Yeah, I have some cough and fever is here, so I don't want to cancel in the last moment. So this I'm 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 okay, but no issue. So in between, you may seeing like I may be coughing, so it's like I'm still recovering only. Okay, so I'm sorry for the inconvenience. So I don't want to cancel the event. That's the reason I'm just taking. So right now you can able to see here. You have a couple of VMEs been configured here. Now this VM has been used only for 3 months. Now let's compare this with a on-premises one. In investment, I have configured. I have been invested money for this. Then there's a large amount of the investment is been done on the physical part. Now after 3 months, frankly saying like I don't need this server, that's going to be ideal or it's been non-productive server for me. But when it is coming on in a cloud side, you don't need to worry about this. So in case if you're not using, I need to just select it here and I can able to see, you may be able to see an option called delete. I'm just giving like a delete and just given details here. So the moment I deleted this VM, right now I have used this VM only for 5 minutes or 3 minutes or 3 months. Only that 3 months amount only I need to pay to cloud service provider, which include the rent. which include the license and whole physical maintenance cost is involved in this one. So you don't need to pay any extra amount for this. So that's the way the OPEX cost is coming. Now, I hope you understood this one right now. Based on the consumption, for example, like if you're using a VM for 1 year or a 2 year, uh, based on the consumption, you will be able to you will be able to pay the amount here. Now, in case if you deleted this VM, what will happen? There are two scenario we have. It's been like Suman here. Uh, One, it's been like when you try to for deletion of a VM, there is one question, is important question is been coming on the what about the data available on that, right? So one option is been like you can retain your disk on the cloud portal. Rest all components can be deleted. Second option, you can take as a backup, and future if someone has been coming asking for a data, you have option for restore also. So that depends upon how you want to manage. So possibly in the tomorrow or after tomorrow, we'll be having a session on that, how to take a backup and how to configure. That time we'll be able to see how to delete or how to save the data and all this part. So data, in case if you're not saved, uh, by default, right now, whatever procedure you have been done, whatever content has been available, that's been deleted. No doubt in that. Now, if customer has been worrying about the data, and after some time you may be expecting the client may be asking some information about the data, you have an option to restore also. So possibly in the backup and recovery part, you can have a discussion on that. Now, right now I've been discussing about how to, what is the use of an OPEX model here. So OPEX model has been pretty much simple here. Based on the consumption, you are paying the money to cloud. Is that point is been clear? So this is not for a VM alone. Okay. In case if you're using a network services like a firewall or a, database, any resource which has been available on the portal, you can able to use it in the same model here. So technically speaking, based on the consumption, yeah. If we stop the VM, otherwise deleting, is there any cost is being involved? That's a good question here. Let me explain you in a different way to that question here. Now, if your question is being related to if you stop a VM, what will happen? Is there any OPEX charge is being charged by Microsoft? Yes. Now, this we have a discussion on a VM session. I'll be discussing this one right now. For your information, since you asked this question, there is a storage cost is involved. Now, if you take any VM on in a Microsoft Cloud portal, there is a two cost is involved. One is called a compute cost. Second one is called a storage cost. So the moment you stop your VM, you will not have any compute cost is been associated with that, but the storage cost will be live because your disk is being live on the system, so you will have a storage cost. So answering to your question, if you stop the VM, rather than a deleting, you have to pay the storage cost to cloud service provider. Clear? Keep here. Definitely will be. So that's all general question, video, slide, everything will be provided. No need to ask it repeatedly. So we'll be providing all this material here. Now let's go back to the uh, Windows Server part here. So the training all it's been more specific on the operating system here. So right now you may be understood how cloud is been working, right? You have a option is been available on in a cloud or where you can able to uh, configure VMs, etc. So in between, someone has been asking about a VMware also. Let me explain that as well. Now, if you're taking an on-premises or a cloud, right now we understood there are two model of infrastructure currently it's been available with us here. One it's been like an on-premises one. In on-premises one, if the customer has been looking for a server, how generally we are installation has been doing? You will be taking a physical server, right? You will be taking a physical server. Now you will be connecting to a monitor, right? How generally you are installing it, doing installation. You will be taking a physical server here. Then you will be connecting a DVD or a CD or a ISO mounting will be doing. On top of that, you will install the operating system and you will make this, the server will be installed on top of this. So physical server, you will be taking on top of that, you're installing an operating system and doing this one. So you are getting a direct access on the host part here, right? Or if you're taking your on-premises one, in case if you're using a virtualization technology, you may be using Hyper-V kind of a solution, right? You may be having a Hyper-V or a VMware vSphere kind of a solution is available. On top of that, you are installing a VMs here. But when it is coming on in a cloud, how this has been done? Now, in a cloud, if you're taking, you may be heard about a term called regions, right? What is the regions on in a Microsoft cloud? Any idea? Can you comment it on in the chat? Have you heard about a term called regions? Any idea what is a region? It's been a location, right? It's basically Microsoft is having a data center across the globe, right? They have a offer option like the moment if you go to Microsoft portal is a physical location, like a physical data center. So, for example, like if you go for Microsoft portal, you may be able to see here the moment when you try to create any resources, there is a star mandatory option you may be able to see here. It's called regions here, right? See, there is a region has been available here. It's called regions here. See, so Microsoft is saying, hey, cloud resource or a subject matter expert or a client, I have a data center available on all these countries here. Now, if you go to Microsoft portal here, if you type a Azure regions details, client, hey, whoever is one this cloud solution, they're saying like, hey team, I have a data center available on all these countries here. For example, like Christopher want to uh, host a website in the Switzerland. I don't need to go and purchase a data center there in a Switzerland. I can go to Microsoft Cloud and I can select a location here. See, I have locations or a data center available in all these countries here. So at the time of a creation, I need to just select this data center. Depends upon my user. For example, like if all my users are located in US, no point of keeping my server in Philippines or it's in Myanmar or Sri Lanka or in India. Or I need to have a users is connected from Philippines or East Asia. The particular region I can able to hold. So that will avoid latency or that will give a better performance to my application. So technically speaking, region is nothing. It's a physical location available from a Microsoft. So Microsoft is having a data center across the globe. So the moment when you use implementation of any service on a Microsoft Azure portal, you are getting a flexibility to select the data center. So this data center, it's been many factors we are considering for implementing this one. One is been a user presence. For example, like all my users are from India region. No point of keeping my server in a central US or a North US or a Japan. So it depends upon a user presence. I'll be selecting the nearest region. Second one, you need to remember each region having a different price tag. I'm just giving a scenario here. Now I'm just selecting a VM on a Windows Server 2019 here. Now I'm selecting the countries East to US here. Now the moment if I'm selecting a Windows Server 2016 here, you may be able to see what is the amount. Right now the currency has been I given is in I've been connected from India region today. So you may be able to see the currency is given 9,800 rupees for server. Now if you select a different location here, for example, like I've been selected as a Sweden here, you may be able to see the price tab or it's been the price rating has been changing here. You can able to see the price is been this been see my subscription not having any rights to create in this data center here. So I don't have a permission on is Sweden data center because I was using a free account here. So let me select this Japan location. So Japan location, see the pricing is been got changed. So 11,000 rupees is the charge. So the moment when you trying to create a region or selecting a region, so each region will have a different price tag is been available. So as a Windows administrator, you need to understand what is the cost is been available for each region. So always you need to refer Microsoft document. And at the time of installation, you need to be very clear or you need to be very specific which region your users are residing. Based on that, you need to select your servers. Now, when you go back to this operating system side here, so right now this all is in the cloud. portal management. Now, our topic has been on Windows Server 2019 and 2016 here. Now, I'm moving to the OS platform here. Now, we are trying to understand how you can able to configure a Windows Server operating system on in a Microsoft portal. How you can able to manage Windows Server 2022 or a 2019. So this is the topic currently we are going to discuss today. So I'm not going to have a discussion about what is a server or what are the different model is being available. That's already we are familiar and we are already handling in the customer place also. Now, end of the session, you will be confidently, you will be able to manage Windows Server 2019 and 2022 also. So because the topic currently we are doing, we'll try to do it on in a 2022 year. So that will help you to understand how 2022 is been different from 2019. You will be able to familiarize with the operating system tools and console as well here. Now, before getting to OS side, any general question from your side? Any topic? Any question, specific question here? If you're good, can you just put it a single comment on in the chat? If you're good, can you just comment it on in the chat? No, there are two ways you can able to set up here. In case if your VMware workstation is available, Windows Server 2022 or 2019 can be configured in your laptop also. In case if you have a free account is been available with you, you can use that as well. So both the option you can able to use. In case if you want to go for a lab, you can download a VMware workstation tool. With the help of that, you can practice it, or you can able to go for free account. Okay, let's move to the OS side. Yes, if you're from a student background, already have a student account is been available, you can able to use that. So there is a question from my IT department here. Now, how to create an account, that may be the one of the question you may be having here. So before moving to Azure one, let me help you on that part. Then I'll go to the operating system side here. Now, in case if you want to use this management tool, first of all, or a cloud, if you want to use it, you need to have an account to be available here. For doing this lab, you have a two option has been available in front of you. One option, in case someone is be thinking like, I need to practice this Windows Server 2019 or a 2022 lab for my organization or for my learning purpose, you have a two option has been available in front of you. One option, you can use your own laptop. I'm just giving it two option here. One it's been like on. You already have a laptop is been available with you, right? Now you have already a laptop is been available with you. So in case if you want to learn Microsoft 20 OS management, download a tool called VMware Workstation. You can download this free tool has been available. It's been downloaded with a license. No need to go for the latest version. The older version also has been sufficient for you. So download this VMware Workstation, install on in your laptop. One point you need to remember, in case if you're using this one, if you're using this workstation on in the office laptop, make sure that in the network setting, you are configuring the setting as a host mode only. Okay, don't go for a bridge mode. Once your VMware workstation is been configured in your laptop, in there is a setting is available called networking. Go to the networking setting. Make sure that you are using host mode only. The reason it's been like, um, in case if you're not using this option, for example, like if you're connected in office, whatever configuration has been available in your laptop, that will be replicated to your office network. For example, like in your laptop, you configured a DHCP server. this DHCP server will start giving IP address to all your computer available on in your office. So that may be uh, make a lot of escalation in your office. So in case if you're using a laptop in your office, make sure that your whatever workstation is been not running in your office time. In case if you have been connected your laptop in your office and if someone has been uh, configured a DNS or a DHCP or Active Directory in a workstation laptop, in case if you're not configured in host mode, your laptop will be connecting to office network. Whatever configuration has been available, that will make issues in your organization. So ensure that in your office laptop, in case if you're using, make sure that your VMware workstation is off mode. All the VM, it's been either it's been off mode and host is been configured, or the network configuration is been configured in a host mode. Otherwise, you will be in trouble. So ensure that you are taking the right uh, uh, procedure when you're going for a VMware workstation. Okay, don't do any R&D with the office laptop. So you will be in trouble and your job also will be in a toss. So if you have a personal laptop, you can able to go for a VMware workstation. You can just search in the internet. So VMware workstation free download. There's a lot of portals are available to download this one. And second thing, download the Windows operating system here. So you can able to download it from the Microsoft portal. You need to have just the Microsoft ID is needed. Create download Windows Server 2019 or a 2022 operating system, and you can able to install it here. So this is one mode or one method of learning. So whatever topics we are covering over the OS, you can able to configure it from the laptop here. Second one, it's been like you have a cloud is been available, right? Now, right now you may be seeing like you have a cloud solution is been available here. And now you can able to use a cloud solution. Now, in case if you want to use for a cloud account, now we are thinking like I don't have a Microsoft, I don't have any Office laptop or whatever laptop currently it's been available with me, it's been not sufficient to run a, Microsoft operating system. Then you can able to go for creating an account in Microsoft Cloud also. Now, cloud side, how to create this one? There are three options you have available in front of you. One, it's been like all your Office account, you may be already having a Azure account or subscription is been available. So I'm saying don't use this one. Okay. So in your Office account, ensure that with the moment when you connect a browser, by default, if you're using a Chrome or any tool is been connecting, by default, this may be pointed into single sign-on. Your Office ID may be linked. So in case if you're using this one, don't use a Chrome in your uh, Azure portal, okay? Because by default, if you connected or you be logging into your laptop using a Office ID, your Chrome may be pointing to your Office or Chrome may be using a Office credential. So technically what will happen? Your Microsoft portal will be logged in with the Office ID. For example, like if you're making a small mistake on Azure portal, that is going to make a impact in your organization. That will make an outage. So finally, when they started problem investigation or root cause analysis, finally this will be pointed to Mark or Robin or Bhuvan, or it's been like a Suresh or a Remy saying that, hey, this person has been configured Windows Server, this person made some firewall changes. So that will be a problem for you. So the moment if you want to practice in a free account, I always recommend you to use something called private browser window, basically known as incognito mode. You may be able to see right now, when I started using a cloud portal, you may be able to see I've been used something a black kind of a screen here. See this kind of a screen I'm using, right? This called incognito mode, right? You may be able to see it's a black screen. So from where you will be getting this, if you go to browser, right side top, you may be able to see something called private browser mode, right? Or incognito mode. So I always recommend you to use this one. The reason is been like the moment when you connect to a portal, always it will ask you for the username and password. So always prefer you to use a private browser mode window, so that the incognito is the mode generally we are using. Now there is a different combination you can able to use it. So that it depends upon about what is the browser window you're using. For example, like in case if you're using a Firefox, you can able to use a Control Shift plus P. You can able to use it. If you're using a Chrome, Control Shift N right now. you may be able to see here. I've been using Control Shift N. So this is the combination. You can use it, or basically you can just click on the three dot. You'll be able to select the private browser mode here. So that's the way you need to connect to the portal here. Now I'm getting a question here how to download a VMware tool. It's a very simple. Uh, uh, Rashid Islam. You can just go to your settings here. VMware Station download. You just download the option here. See, download portion. You can able to download here. You can able to download the proxy here. So, and you search for a key, you will be able to download it from internet also. No need to go for a 17 and all. A 14 or 15 is be sufficient. So you don't need to go for yeah. That's be great, Mark. So if you can share that link on the WhatsApp or group, that'd be great help for the team here. So I think Mark is already having a downloaded version of the VMware. That's been good. Thank you, Mark, for that. So Mark will be able to help you on that. Okay. So Mark is already having a available. Yeah. So better go for a 16 or so. Better Mark if you can just put that a key also. It's really great helpful for the team also in a text format. If you can just put a key also the so that'll be great help for the team. So Mark is already having a version of it's been file has been available and use that. Now one point always you need to keep in your mind. Okay, in case if you're using office laptop, make sure that the network setting is been uh, configured in such a way that the communication has been happening within a host only, not going outside. Okay, otherwise you will be in trouble. I have a one of my student has been made a mistake in the past. That the reason repeatedly I'm saying because I don't want all my friends to be in a trouble after this session. Okay, so that the reason it's been I given this advice. Now let's go back to the operating system here. So I think we are spending a lot of time on this rest of the topic. So let's go back to the operating system here. Now, when it is coming on in operating system here, so let's try to understand different versions of operating system here. Now, when you go for purchasing an car, you may be having a different versions are available, right? You have a Ford, Tata, you have a different yes, VirtualBox also is another option. Yes, John, you're right. So we have a VirtualBox also. It's been another option. People are familiar with the VMware. That's the reason I recommended VMware Workstation. So VirtualBox also is an alternate option for that. It's a free, no need of anyone. So you can able to go for the uh, VirtualBox. There are many type 2 hypervisors are available in the market. Okay, Oracle have, Red Hat also you have many products has been available. So which one you are comfortable or you're flexible, go for that also. Can be anything, Hyper-V or VMware, which one you comfortable to use it in a laptop, you can go for that. End of the day, I want you guys to just uh, install this Windows Server 19 or 22 on in the system here. Now, coming on into Windows Server 2019. Um, 19 has been coming with a different versions or editions. Now, when you go for purchasing a car, we used to get a lot of options, right? Depends upon the full option, half optional, base model, or depends upon the what we can say, depends upon the features or technologies available. Even your car, you may be having different editions even available. Now, when you're going on a installation of Windows 7 19 also, depends upon the versions or feature the customer is been looking. You may be able to see there are 4 versions of editions you can able to see on in a 2019. You have an essential version, you have a standard version, you have a data center version, and you have a Hyper-V versions as well. Now, depends upon the customer requirement. So when you're going for a 19 or a 2022, you may be able to see there are different versions. So each version having a different price tag, different cost is involved. So the moment when you go for installation of operating system, for example, like if you see here, if you go to portal here, now you can able to see the moment if I'm trying to install it here, I'm getting a different options here. See, Windows Server, Data Center, then Windows 60 requirement. uh, because uh, rather than going on a complete full option mode here, Microsoft is giving a option to customer saying that, hey customer, in case if you want only for depends upon the size of your users, size or the complexity of your organization, customer having an option to select the versions here. So they can go for essential or a standard or a data center. Attendance is only one time, okay? You don't need to every hour. You don't need to mark attendance. Just pasted only the people who's been not posted attendance because certificate is being linked for that, okay? It's not that every hour you need to this, okay? Yeah, I'm coming to that, Suman. Each version description or what is the feature is being supported on that. I'm coming to that point. Okay, so I'll be giving a documents also that you don't need to by heart the features or it's been supported this. I'll be giving this slide, so nothing to worry about that. So end of this session, you need to understand when you're going for any operating system installation, based on the customer requirement, you have an option to select the different editions. So each will have a different price tag or cost is been involved. So by hurting these features, it's been very difficult or it's been very, you don't need to go that, do that. You need to just understand what is the license is needed. Obviously, how Microsoft document is available for making a comparison chart, right? If you go to Microsoft portal, you will be able to see the, if you want to do a comparison chart, you can able to see here Windows Server editions 2019 comparison. So you have a document has been available here. So you don't need to by heart this one. At least end of this session, you need to understand. There are different versions has been available. So here you can able to see all these features is been supported. You will be able to find out from here. So in case if you are getting a project or if you are a person going to take a decision on that, always refer the Microsoft Learn port site. And from here, you can able to see there are different versions and you can able to see the difference also. In case if you're working as a Windows architect or it's been like a designing set, you can able to use this chart or Microsoft document here. So in a nutshell, if you're taking Microsoft is having a four edition. It's been available here. One has been recorded. You have a essential versions. Essential version has been basically the customer has been looking for, or the Microsoft is looking. Someone has been starting a small form. You can able to see like if you're using a small organization have only 25 users have been available. Maximum device has been available only 50 devices. And that kind of a customers, I don't need to go for a data center or a enterprise editions here. So if the user has been looking for a small organization, so that kind of a situation, you can able to go for a Windows Server essential versions. For example, like I have an office, I have only 25 users is only needed, and I don't need any separate client access license is needed. And my configuration requirement is only up to two processor or a 64 GB of RAM. That kind of a situation, you can be able to go for a Windows Server essential version. So in this case, Active Directory or AD Connect, everything it's been going to support it here. So Active Directory generally it's been configured on the same server itself. So you don't need to have any uh, you you don't need to have any additional licenses needed here. So Active Directory has been configured on the same server itself. Now, technically, you can suggest this point or this versions or edition you can go for. Someone has been got a small organization. They don't want to go for a availability or a high-end features on a cluster or in a Windows server. So that kind of a customers we can go for a Windows Server essential versions. So that is a model generally we are using. Now, when it is coming on in a features part on Active Directory, um, you may be heard about like in a Windows Server, you have a operation master role or FSMO roles. In Active Directory, we'll be discussing about this. So all these features is being configured on in the same server itself. For example, like if you're taking large organizations, generally there are 5 FSMO role generally we are using on in Active Directory. You may be heard about a term called FSMO roles. In case if you're not heard, don't worry. In Active Directory, I'll be discussing this. So there is a 5 FSMO role we are using. One is called a schema master. You may be heard about this. In case if you're not heard, don't worry. Tomorrow's day after tomorrow we'll be discussing about Active Directory. That time we'll be discussing about what is schema master. There is something called domain name master. There's something called RID master, and you have something called PDC emulator, and there is something called infrastructure master role. So all the FSMO role If it is depends upon a complexity, normally if you're taking a large organization, rather than or instead of keeping all this FSMO role on in a same server, in a normally in a customer places, all this FSMO role will be configured in a different Active Directory server. So there is few role will be configured on a domain controller. Balance role will be configured in another server called ADC server, additional domain controller. So in the Active Directory, I'll be discussing this one. So in case if you're using Windows Server Essential version, the same server will be hosting all this FSMO role rather than distributing between the multiple domain controller or ADC. All the role will be configured on in a Windows Server Essentials. And in case if you're using for any kind of a hybrid mode, for example, like you have a on-premises data center has been available, you have a on-premises server has been available. Here you are using a Windows server. This has been hosted in your data center, and this has been running with the essential operating system. Now, in case if you want to integrate with this with the cloud, this has been supported here. So you will have a one network has been available on a legacy here. Here you have something called VNet has been available. So with the help of VNet, you will be able to connect with the help of AD connect, and you will be able to make or you will be able to integrate your virtual network. So technically speaking, essentially is one of the lowest or a basic model or edition has been available. So whenever the customer is looking for some organization with a low organizations you have a less number of users been needed, that kind of a situation you can able to go for this one. So this is the way generally it's been configured here. So any questions here? Any questions on the essential part? Now, I'll be giving a detailed description or a feature comparison chart for essential data center and enterprise. Nothing to worry about this one, okay? So you don't to worry about this. So similar way when it is coming on and standard also, this basically, if the customer is looking for high-end configuration on in the server side, then you can able to go for a standard versions here. So here it's been supported 4 TB of RAM, and you can able to see it's up to support a 64 socket here, and additional additions also it's been supported here. More number of features has been supported on the data center edition here. So basically, if you're going for in a customer place where you want to host a mission critical servers, you will be using a Windows standard data center or a standard edition. This is the both edition you are going to see it on in the customer place. So if you are seeing on in a data center editions, you can able to see up to 4 TB of RAM it's been supporting, and up to 640 processor, physical processor or a logical processor it's been supporting here. So all this feature has been supported here on the, and it's been supporting a virtualization feature of Hyper-V as well. So you have a different model has been available. Hyper-V it's been like similar like here VMware vSphere you can able to see here. So you can able to configure Hyper-V versions also here. So I'll be discussing with a data center here. I'll be showing you how to create a data center versions here. On top of that, we'll be going to configure DHCP, DNS, Active Directory, and all the configuration in Azure mode. Okay, so we'll be going to configure this on an Azure infrastructure here. So the comparison, I'll be giving a um, uh, detailed comparison chart to you. So right now, end of this session, you need to understand it's basically uh, uh, 4 models being supported here. One is essential model, standard, data center, and Hyper-V here. So you can just go through that comparison chart based on the customer requirement. We can able to go for any of this model here. So now next we'll be going for installation of this editions here. Now before that, let me take a couple of questions which has been posted on the chat here. Do we configure this server to be a domain controller, DNS and DHCP service? Yes, Neil. So that's the plan for we have. So we'll be configuring a DHCP first, then we'll be see how IP distribution is being done in a normal way, and we'll be discussing about how your VM is been getting an IP address in a Azure infrastructure also. Both are it's been different. So we'll be trying to understand how IP has been assigned to VMs on a normal scenario. Second one we'll be discussing about in a cloud scenario, how VMs are getting an IP address. By default, you don't need any DHCP service. By default, IP address has been released with the help of a concept called VNet. So we'll be discussing that point here. So we'll be covering DNS and we'll be covering about Active Directory also. So possible today I'll try to start with a DHCP first, then possible tomorrow I'll try to complete the DNS and Active Directory also. Shall we start creating a virtual machine with a Windows Server 2022? Yes. So we'll be doing BIM. We'll be doing for a 2022 and a 2019 installation on an Azure scenario here. I'm not going for a VMware workstation. I'll be preferring to go for a Azure cloud. So you also will be familiar with all the options here rather than going with a virtual box or a VMware workstation. I'll prefer to go for a Azure console here. Now, in case if you want anyone wants to download this ISO image, you can able to download it from the Windows Server portal here. Now, if you go to Windows Server here, so the portal has been available here. So from here you can able to download the evaluation versions up to 180 days. You can able to download here. So this is the link for downloading um, your portal here. So you can able to uh, download the versions here. Now, coming on into the installation part, Microsoft has been giving some instruction for us. In case if anyone wants to install Windows Server 2019, what are the versions you want, or what is the configuration minimum you want? So if anyone has been planning to use Microsoft 2019 or a 2022, Microsoft is saying like minimum you need to have a 32 GB space available for your operating system. So 32 space is the available, and 64-bit only has been supported here. There is no 32-bit operating system here. It's been supported only 64-bit here. So it's only the 64-bit only. It's been available here, and you have a uh, processor speed of 1.4 gigahertz, and you have a RAM capacity minimum you need a 512 MB. Don't think that this configuration is it's only required. No, I'm saying about a simple installation of a Windows Server 2019 without a service. If you want to install, this is the configuration Microsoft has been recommending here. So I'm not discussing about the server where you're configuring with a DNS or a DHCP or additional load. Then that kind of a situation, you may have to go for a increasing the resource here. So in case if you want to install a simple Windows Server 2019 or a 2022, this is the configuration Microsoft has been recommended. So all configuration is been directly linked with the load or workload you're going to configure it here. So you need to have a workload, depends upon the workload. You have to take a decision on the resource utilization. So don't think that your production server can be configured with a 1.4 gigahertz and 512 MB. No. In case if you want to configure it here, depends upon what is the service you're going to configure. You need to have additional configuration. It's been required here. Yes, we are going to configure a server in the cloud right now. So we'll take a 5 minutes break and we'll come back when we'll start installation of a VM Windows Server 2019 on a cloud scenario. So that is a lab right now we are going to do here. So we'll take it 5 minutes break now and we'll come back. Now after a break, we'll complete the installation of 2019 and a 2022 here. Okay. So let's take a 5 minutes break and come back. So 5 minutes break. Okay. Let's take 5 minutes break and come back. I hope all are back. So request you to confirm through the chat option. Yes, the session has been recorded and we'll be providing a recorded link for that. Okay. So if you're back, can you just put a single comment on the chat window? So, okay. We are working for a customer called orange.com. So let me give you a scenario here. We are working for an organization called Orange. Now the customer is saying like they want to go for a Windows Server 2019 server. So the customer is been looking 2019 operating system. The customer is looking Windows Server 2019. And there are two servers I need to configure it here. One, the customer is been looking to configure the same server on an on-prem, and the customer is been looking to configure Windows servers on any cloud also. So as a cloud administrator, what are the questions you're going to ask to a customer here? Can you just comment it on a scenario? So you are in a customer place here. Customer is saying like they need a Windows server here. So what, there are two questions for you. One is been like, what are the question you're going to ask to a customer? Second one, what are the information you need for configuring the server here? Can you comment it on in the chat? Let's consider the first server here, on-premises scenario. So let's go around the table. How many users we need? Okay, that is being great question. Okay, number of users. Okay, great question. Then depends upon the role. Okay, so we want to understand. Yes, Dennis, we want to understand what are the services you are going to use it. Like we need to understand what is the purpose of this over here. Is it going to configure it for a DHCP server, or is it going to configure it for a DNS or Active Directory? Yes, Denise, you are right. It depends upon the role or depends upon what are the services you are using. Yes, agree with you, John and Denise. Yes, Kenneth and Numan, you also right. Number of the users and which country they are residing. That also it's been matter here. Okay, additional to that, we got two questions here. Users and services here. Okay. Okay. What else? We have a 700 people here, so we got only two answers here. Services, location, and restriction. Okay. Future expansion also. That's been very good, Sujit, because as a cloud architect, we should forecast the future also, right? Uh, what will be the integration has been coming in the future also. Budget also it's been important here. Okay. Great. What else? Need of a availability also, right, Kenneth? Because if the server has been down, immediately I need to have some kind of a solution available in the organization that will mitigate this outage, right? Yes, I'm agree with Kenneth here. So we need to have a redundancy or pieces needed. Now, let me put in simple way here. Now, in case if you're using to on-premises one, first of all, I need a physical server, right? You're agreeing here? I'm just saying, in case if you're using a here, I need a physical server here, right? So how generally we'll be installing? You will take a dabba or a box, right? You will take a box here and you need a physical server here, right? This can be from a Dell, can be a PowerEdge or a physical HP or a Cisco UCS. You have a physical box has been available here. So that will have a number of disk or depends upon the configuration, depends upon the budget, you can able to configure here, right? So you need to have a physical server has been available here. Now I'm a user here. Now, if I need to install I'm not a good try. Okay, this me, and I need to install a uh, operating system on a physical server. How will you connect to the server? Can you comment it on a chat? One option, you will be taking a monitor directly. You will go to data center and you will sit in front of this and you will take it. That's one option. In case if you're present on the same data center or a data room, you'll be using, or you will be using if it is the same network, you will be using SSH or RDP. These are the few protocol you will be able to connect it to a server if the operating system is been available here. If the first time if you're going to use it, you don't have any RDP, right? If there is a operating system is available, you don't have any option for connecting using a RDP option here, right? For example, like if there is no operations here, for example, like there is no operating system available here, We don't have any option to take RDP, right? RDP is an option in a Windows server if the operating system is been available here. Now, a few people has been already configured option in the chat, like chassis console, like a DRAC console, or if it is a HP, you will be using like a ILO kind of option, like you will be taking a server console. From there, you will be able to access the server and you will be able to configure all the configuration or one view or a KVM or different mechanism you have. So, uh, in a nutshell or in a summary, if you're seeing here, the physical server has been present in your premises or in a facility, and either through directly or indirectly, you are able to access the servers here. So a couple of questions you're going to access here, or you're going to ask the customer something like, what are the services you're going to use, how many users has been available, how the connectivity is needed, and what is the capacity needed. This is an on-premises scenario. But when it is coming on in a cloud, because when it is coming on in a cloud, physical server is been not managed by you, right? Physical server is been not managed by you. Physical server is been completely managed by whom? It's called a CESP. Technically, if you're seeing here, the moment when you're planning to create a any resource on a Microsoft or any of a cloud service provider, you will have a couple of management tools are available. Now we understood we have a data center available across the globe. Basically, that is known as regions. Now I'm sitting in the Philippines, or I'm sitting in India or Sri Lanka. My server, if I want to configure in Switzerland, one option is been like you can go and ask your boss, hey boss, New Year time, please give me an on-site to Switzerland or Sweden. That's one option. So most of the time, our manager will say, sorry boss, no budget this year, so no on-site, right? So that's a typical question we used to get it in a normal IT operation, right? Yes or no? So you will not have any on-site. So only option we have here, it's been like remotely we need to manage this one. Now, uh, if you go to this infrastructure here, how will you connect to Microsoft or this cloud service provider infrastructure? Typically, if you can able to see on a Microsoft side, there are different management tools are available. One tool is being called portal.azure.com. Means the moment if you type it here, if you go to a site browser based, you can type http dot, for example, like if you go to your browser, I'm just sharing my screen here. Yeah, portal.azure.com, right? If you go to portal.azure.com, this is the link you have. In case if you have an account is been available, this is the, yeah, it's called a portal.azure.com. I'm saying here, for example, like I'm just considering a two scenario in front of your table here. The first scenario, it's been like uh, you are going to install operating system on in a on-premises solution. Means you have a physical server available in your office, so you have an option to connect directly using a cable monitor. You can able to connect it, or you have option for RDP, or you have option to go to data center or a data room. We have that flexibility has been available. Right now, I'm discussing about in a cloud scenario. Cloud, we understood the cloud service provider has been taking care of your data center or a data room here. Now, I have a situation. I'm sitting in a India or a Philippines or a Sri Lanka, and my resource I need to configure in Sweden. I cannot go to Microsoft Sweden data center here, right? So I need to have some kind of a connectivity to Microsoft data center. How will you connect to that? We will be connecting with the help of something called management tools here. So we'll have a different management tools are available in the uh, cloud service provider. With the help of that, we can able to connect to cloud data center here. So once your account has been authenticated or authorized, you can able to can you able to connect it to here. So you can able to connect to the Microsoft portal, and we can able to uh, access, or you can able to configure it here. Now, when it is coming here, um, what are the different options has been available for you? One is called a portal.azure.com. Portal.azure.com means you can able you will be typing this portal.azure.com. The moment you connected, this will ask you for a username and password. In case if you have an account has been created, you will be able to enter into that. This is the one management tool generally we are using in a Microsoft Azure side. Second management tool generally we are using in a Microsoft is called Microsoft Azure PowerShell. If you take your laptop, go to search bar, and if you type a PowerShell, you may be able to see there is a PowerShell tool is been coming. For example, like if you have, you may be able to see a PowerShell tool. For example, like if you if already if you have a PowerShell has been available in your laptop, you can using a PowerShell tool. You can able to manage. You will be getting a screen like this. So in case if you're good in a command base or a development side or a making a script, you can able to use or you can able to manage your infrastructure with the help of a PowerShell also. This is the second option. And if you want to use it in a command line interface, you may be already familiar with a command line prompt, right? Already we are using command prompt here, right? So in case if you're good in command prompt, even command also you can able to use. That's called Azure CLI. So another option is called, one is the first option is been like Azure portal, that is a browser based option. Second one it's been like you can able to use a PowerShell option. Third one it's been like you can able to use command line one. There's for that you need to download a MSI file. And you have an option called something called Azure Bash also. If you're from a Linux background, you have an option to use Azure Bash as well. Now, if you connected to this portal here, in the top, you may be able to see there is one arrow mark symbol. In the top, you may be able to see something called arrow mark symbol here. See, near to the search bar, you may be able to see there's an option called. So if you select it here, using this, you can able to see bash options here. So here you can able to see, in case if you're from a Linux background, you can able to use Linux option also. It's called a bash. In case if you're good in a bash or a PowerShell, from here you can able to use this bash tool also. Right. It's been creating a storage space for that. That is in taking time. You can able to see. So if you're good in command lines, you can able to use. You can able to see here. From here you can able to select bash. From here you can able to select PowerShell also. So that depends upon your flexibility or comfort. You can able to go for a portal method, or you can able to go for a, command lines method also. So right now I'm discussing about in case if you want to configure Windows Server on in a Microsoft Cloud, what are the information you want to use it here? So one option is be like you need to know whether you have a active account is been available in your organization. For example, like you are in a customer place and you want to configure Microsoft Windows Server 2019 or a 2022 on in a cloud side, you need to have an account to be available. So right now the account has been available. Uh, there's a two option you can able to have it here. One is like in case if you want to use an account here, there are two ways you can account can be created here. One is been like the first time if you're going to use it here, Microsoft is been away, it's been providing a free account for you. So you have a option of creating a free account here. You can, in case if you want to use a cloud. Right now I'm discussing about how to host Windows Server 2019 or a 2022 on in a cloud scenario. You need to have, in case if you want to host it in a cloud, uh, first thing, you need to have an account to be available. So account is been mandatory. Now, how you create an account? There are two options you have. One is been like you are allowed to create free account. You can able to create a free account in a Microsoft portal. Free account will give you 30 days validity. So 30 days you can able to use it, and you will be getting $200 free credit in your account. So means In case if you're running or if you're hosting or if you're configuring any resource on in a Microsoft portal, already we understood the consumption is been coming. So it's basically working in an OPEX model. For example, like if you're spinning a VM, end of the decommission or end of the month, you need to pay the money, right, to Microsoft, right? So in case if you're using a free account, that payment you don't need to do it from your account. Already Microsoft is given $200. So from that $200, that amount will be debited. Now, a couple of questions has been coming here. What are the information you want for creating a free account here? In case if you want to create a free account here, first thing you need to have a valid credit card to be available. Few countries, a few debit card also it's been available. So you need to have a valid credit card is being needed. Now, credit card is being using only for a verification purpose. Okay, so Microsoft is not going to charge anything from the credit card. This only for identity verification the credit card is being used. Second one, it's been like you need to have a mobile number for all kind of a communication or a notification. For that, you need to have a mobile number and you need to have a Gmail ID also. So one credit card can be used only for one account. It's not like a Facebook or a Gmail. Multiple account can be used with one account. No. So one account can be used only with one credit card. So in case someone has been want to use after 30 days. So what is the option here? So I'm just giving a scenario here. Even 30 days also, you are allowed to configure your all production server here. So after 30 days, if you're not um, upgrading your account, after 30 days, if you're not renewing, or the right term is called upgrade, upgrading the account to pay as you go model, whatever services you have been hosted on in the free account, that will be disabled. For example, here you can able to see here. Let me take you to back to my account here. See here, I have a few free account I was using in the past year. See here, there is some account you can able to see here. Disabled, 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 disabled. See, means I was using free account in the past. After 30 days, I haven't upgraded this account. The other reason, this option has been disabled. So technically what is happening, after 30 days, if you're not upgraded your account, whatever resource has been hosted inside that, that will be moved into a disabled mode. So end of the session, you need to understand the moment when you're trying to create any resource on in a Microsoft portal, you need to have something called subscription. What do you mean subscription? For example, like in your day-to-day life, we are using OTT platform, right? Amazon Prime Video or a Netflix or a Hotstar, this kind of a movie portals we are using, right? In case if you want to use this one, you maybe already created a subscription, right? Like a 6-month plan or a 1-year plan or a 3 months plan, right? So what is the meaning of that? 3 months you can able to use or you can avail that particular feature. Same way here also, in case if you're creating any resource, whether it's a Windows Server 2019 or a 2022, or it can be any resource here, it's mandatory that we need to select how you are doing a billing here. So the moment when you create it here, billing is being needed. So how you're going to do billing? So for that, you need to have a subscription is being available. So what I'm trying to say here is, in case if you're trying to configure Windows Server 2022 or a 2019 or any of the operating system or any resource on a Microsoft Cloud portal, it's mandatory that you need to have a subscription detail is being available with you. Clear? I'm posing here. In case if you have any question related to this, this may be confusing or a confusing topic. So let me pause it here for taking a question here. And there is no option, Suman. A few countries, you maybe have some debit card has been supported. You can use that. Yes, you can able to manage a different client also. Different client also. There is a different, you can able to, for example, like some kind of a acquisition is been coming. So you can able to extend your identity manage to different client as well. So you have an option to manage a different clients also. That's mean you may have to go for a hybrid mode. Let me pose it here in case if you have any questions. If you're good, we can move ahead with the installation here. So right now, in case if you're getting a chance to work with a cloud, and if you're planning to install your operating system on in a cloud, the first question you need to get like, or from the customer saying that, hey boss, which subscription I need to install this operating system? In case if you're not asking this, tomorrow the billing is been coming and you will be in trouble. So customer will tell like, hey boss, I told you like this is not the subscription. This has to be gone to the finance billing, or this has to go to the HR billing. So all this pricing is being coming to picture here. So you need to have a clear picture about the subscription here. Okay. Now I'll come to the resource group part here. So don't worry about that. I'll come to the resource group part in the possible tomorrow's session, Stefan. I'll try to show you practically how the resource group is been coming to picture here. Is there any change to automatic direction of my credit card? Practically, you need to go for an upgrade one. So you need to select it that. So by default, the policy it's been not allowed to automatic. Only one. I got a question like how many free account can be created with my credit card? One credit card you can have one, and if you have more credit card, you can have create more account. That depends upon how many credit card you have. One credit card you will be allowed only to create one. If you have more credit card, and you can have more option to create it. Students account Bhuvan is seeing something like uh, Microsoft is giving flexibility to students nowadays. Like if some students want to explore this with their college details, everything, you can able to create a free account here. So there is a portal has been available, students free account, that will give you $100 free credits. There is something called Azure Students account here. This will not give $200. Few services you can able to access here. So there's a free account portal here. So there you need to provide some college details and ID card details. Some details need to be provided. Yes, you have an option here. You have an hands-on experience. Will be Arman will be showing all the practical demo of this. Okay, so we'll be coming possible tomorrow onwards. We'll be moving more on to the technical or a practical side of this. So today's been a little flexible. So tomorrow onwards we're getting to the technical part of this. Okay. Yes. The answer is for that question has been like Hossein. After 30 days, let me take you into whiteboard here. After 30 days, if you're not upgrading your account, for example, like you have a 30 days, you have a server is been available, Hussein is been configured here. For example, like you configured your SQL database, everything. After 30 days, if you're not upgraded here, whatever services you're hosted inside that, this will be disabled. After a few times, Microsoft will be decommission that. So you need to have a disabled account will be disabled. So for example, like if you configure some production database or a SQL side, as long as if you're not configured, you will be able to configure. Do we install a 7 workstation on a ADS? Pradeep, can you just rephrase that question here? I'm not clear about that. Can you just rephrase that question? So I'm not clear about that questions here. Okay, now we are almost on top of almost on time today. So our plan for tomorrow's session, it's been like tomorrow we'll be discussing a couple of points here. We'll be finishing 2022 and 2019 installation. We'll be configuring DHCP on premises. We'll see how DHCP has been working on in a cloud scenario here. We'll be discussing something called VNet here, how VM which you have been hosted on in a cloud, how it's been assigning IP address here, and we'll be discussing about a DNS also. So that is the plan for tomorrow's session, and will be more practical. Practically, we'll be doing. Yeah. Does the MS charge for the VM or a resource installed on the VM? No, MS will be charging for the configuration expert you would be configuring. Like if you're taking a VM here, at the time of a creation of a VM, you are defining what is the configuration you want, right? For example, like is not worried about what is the configuration you're running on a VM. Microsoft has been calculating what is the type of the configuration you're selecting here. So connecting to expert questions here, you may be able to see there is an option called size here. See, so here you will be deciding what is the type of the configuration you want, how many RAM you want, what is the capacity of your CPU, what is the capacity of your disk, which location you are be installing. So based on that, you'll be having that. Yes, yes, JP, we have some limitation also for a free account. We are not allowed to create all services on all the regions also. Free account, always we have a limitation. For example, like right on the top of the on the screen, JP, you may be able to see. We are not allowed to create a resource in a West US this one because it's a limitation because my subscription has been not allowed for that. Similar like the limitation which we have in AWS and GCP also. So we have a limitation available in the free account as well here. Any other questions? No. No, Zaid. It's like there will not be any charge after 30 days. There is no automatic renewal is been happening on in the Microsoft side. So after 30 days, you have to go to, or before the 30 days, you have to go to subscription here. In the subscription, there is a tool called subscription here. In the subscription, you need to select it and you need to go for an option called upgrade. You will be at an option called upgrade option. You will get it. So equal option called upgrade. So in case if you're not selecting this option, Microsoft is not going to do any automatic upgrade here. You need to select it upgrade option here. Then Microsoft will be start billing from your credit card here. Okay. Then so let's conclude today's session here. So today we've been more we discuss about editions or versions or a general approach on the Windows server. So tomorrow we'll be discussing more into the services part here. So I request everyone to complete the attendance here. So you have an attendance link has been posted. Surag, if you're available on call, you want to add anything?
Thank you. Nothing specific, but thank you all for joining though. And please make sure you fill the attendance form, and the recording will be sending shortly after the session is concluded. And yeah, and I hope you have joined the community. I will be sharing the link to a community in the chat box.
And team, make sure that next 4 days you're joining for this session. So next 4 days is been more going to be more practical way of approach here. So rather than going a presentation base, I'll be showing a demo, live demo of this one with a case studies and scenario. So ensure that you're joining on time. And for the participation certification, you need to ensure that the 5 day session has been attended. Please ensure that you're joining on Discord and WhatsApp group also, so that will give you help you to get a lot of free training, event notification that will help you to understand or learn more on the Microsoft products and technology and cloud here. So with that note, signing off. So thank you, Siraj, for coordinating this, and let's connect tomorrow morning. So all these documents will be sharing you soon. Okay, so don't worry about that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll be available in the WhatsApp group. Okay, you can post the question there. I'll be active on that group as well. Okay, so thank you, team. Let's connect tomorrow. So have a fruitful week. Let's see. Let's connect tomorrow. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Bye.
Bye.